Hello Wally and Mimi, it's Dave. I'm going to give you a lesson here of how to use this remote control. Basically, you can turn on your TV from your cable TV and you'll get your regular shows. However, if you want to watch the Apple TV, I'm going to show you with this remote here in my hand that how you change the input so that you can switch over to Apple TV. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to press the menu button, which this is on the Sony remote. It looks similar to yours at home. It might be labeled a little bit different, but it's very similar. So the first thing I'm going to do is push the menu button. You may not have a menu button, but it will be the button down below. Okay, see it here? And what we're going to see next, here let me refocus this so that you might see the screen a little better, is we're going to see internal inputs on your screen of your TV after you've pushed this button. And what we're going to do from that point, we are going to go to the center button right here and we're going to push that. Now we're going to get a different screen, as you see here, and on your screen at home I labeled it, it came labeled with TV and then some other label I put below, which the other label below you'll see is obvious. The others I think are exit out or something of that sort, but you'll go to that next label, which I think is maybe video 4 or 5 or one of those numbers, and you'll push that. You'll push the let me bring this back in here. We'll push it as an example on mine here is the video 3. Okay, and what you got now, when you push that button, you'll come to the menu here of your Apple TV. Okay, so now you're in Apple TV and you've moved from your cable stations to Apple TV right now. So these are the variety of shows you have here, and what I'll show you next is to control Apple TV is a remote. Okay, here's the new remote that we're going to be using to control the Apple TV. Now you'll still use your gray remote to switch from Apple TV back to regular cable TV, and I'll show you that next in a few minutes. Okay, so in order to bring this back up, and now it's going to switch to a screensaver if you don't move right to the shows to select. I'll bring it back up. So now we have the shows to select. And right now my family was watching Hulu. You'll see on the screen, I'll try to make it a little more detailed here, as to what we have here is the outline show in white. It's Hulu right now. And we'll use the outer circle of this device here, or this remote, to scroll up or down. I'll show you here with my thumb, up, or I'm sorry, down, and then
you gotta press it.
oh, I gotta push a little harder. Ours is getting a little worn out. And these are TV shows and movies. Okay, Netflix. These shows here that I've highlighted to the far left are Apple TV exclusives, and next over are Apple TV exclusives. You would buy that through a service through Apple TV. Those are Apple products there. Off to the next would be your music that you might host in your collections that you might have downloaded or something of that sort. And then we have iTunes Radio, which you can listen to via your iPad at home, or you can listen here on the TV. And just by playing with this, you'll find that you can get radio stations and listen to music on your TV that you wish to listen to, be it jazz or country or whatever your selection is. It's kind of that in itself. So moving forward, we're going to go down here to Netflix, which is kind of the country's one of their interests of movie stations, which goes for about $7.99 a month, along with Hulu if you want that too. And what you see on the next things here are different offerings. Let's go to settings, and settings is kind of interesting sometimes, and I'm going to push on settings with the center button here as a selection, and you'll see that it says OK, General, main menu, screensaver, iCloud, and iTunes Store. And let's go down to iTunes Store here, and you'll see it tells us a little bit about it and so on and so forth. It basically, I've signed up for iTunes, and you two probably have that. So we're going to go back, and we're going to hit the menu button to go back. Menu always goes back to the last screen that you had before. So
But if you double click it
if you double,
like that go.
it brings you all the way back. I'm sorry, we bumped the screen here. So Brian wants to share a little bit here of how it works as well. We need to tilt this down, Brian. Yeah, Brian is showing us a little more.
So you go to Netflix.
Okay, let's bring this up here. We got to show them what's occurring here. So we're in Netflix now,
Now go to.
and we're going to select something out of Netflix because we subscribe to Netflix. Okay, so
Down to, go to setting. That one.
this one,
Yes.
and we use the up and down arrows to do that. This is Netflix. You haven't necessarily subscribed to it yet, but it's pretty easy. Netflix has gens here. Let me explain a little more about that. That's different types of movies to watch, comedies or classic movies, those things. And you can scroll up and down with the Apple TV remote to get the general idea how that works. And then push the middle button here in the middle to select. Anyway, let me bring us back out of focus here a little bit.
Click on that one. Just click on it.